It's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Team Monk. Yes.
Next question was it was about sticking points.
Yes.
Are we responsible to find them and reveal them? Do we know what they are?
Well, sticking points will come up when there's a knee-jerk reaction to something you're told. Okay? That's a sticking point. Okay? Like we had somebody new, one of the new groups. An obvious sticking point was the vegetarian, on the vegetarian and the meat eating. And they went ballistic, you know, trying to instruct me today, and we'll have a video on that a little later, about the Vedic reasons as to why you don't eat meat and why you're such a great meditator if you don't, and yada yada yada. So obviously that's a big sticking point. Okay? So if it's something that's talked about here in one of the songs, or you're given direction and guidance, and all of a sudden there's a big knee-jerk reaction to that, and you want to have fight or flight, then you know there's a sticking point. Okay? So then you sit with that sticking point, rather than reacting, you know, and putting your aggression out in this direction. Not a smart and wise thing to do. So you sit with it and see what's really there. And the mind is going to want to create all sorts of drama around it. Okay? So those are the sticking points, you know. So yeah, you can sometimes voice it and say, there's a lot of reaction to this. But don't just get hostile with it, you know. There's a voicing a question about it versus getting hostile and deciding you're going to try to teach the guru something, because obviously we're not understanding your very important, you know, knowledge about this. But yeah, this happens all the time. People can be on the path for, you know, a year and a half, 2 years, and then all of a sudden something will come up that's a big sticking point and a stumbling block, and they'll go ballistic. And then you watch just the big drama come up, and the projections and all the other nonsense that surrounds it. And they either stop and look at it and get through it, or they blow out, you know. We had the one that was here, Thomas. Just got a letter from him. He wanted to come back. After he got everybody's email addresses, wrote to everyone and said what a cult this was. Now he wants to come back. He said he went into the depths of hell after this, and you know, these projections are still going on. So I said, you need to sit with it. You just need to sit through it, rather than projecting outward, you know, and throwing that nonsense out there at everybody. You need to sit and look at things and get beyond it. So, yeah. But like I told him, you know, if you really want to come back, you have to prove yourself. Like Milarepa had to prove himself. He was a black magician and killed these people, what have you, and then he wanted to be on the path. And the guru there made sure that he really wanted it. He had to build a house stone by stone. And after he built the whole house stone by stone, the guru said, no, I've decided I want it over there. I had to take it apart and build it over there. And there was no nonsense, no monkey business. It was to say, you have to prove, since you have done these things, you have to prove, and you have karma to work off. And it's not going to be easy. It's going to be difficult. Okay? So yeah, when something like that happens and there's a sticking point and you want to get really reactionary, that's not a good thing to do with any guru, to get reactionary and start projecting. Understand when knee-jerk reactions are coming up, there's something is being projected. So you need to sit, stop, and look at it to see what's there.
Yeah, I mean, don't look for anything either. I need to find a sticking point in there. You know, just whatever needs to come up will bubble up spontaneously to be seen and cleared away. So it's not up to you to look for anything in there that you need to bring out, and let it all happen spontaneously and flow. Because who's the looker? It's the same ego. And so to let all that just be what it is and happen naturally and spontaneously. And as it's revealed, it'll come up.
It'll come
It'll
up
come
in
up,
its,
believe
in
me,
its
I
time.
know.
It will come
You'll
up
see
in its
patterns.
time.
You'll see
Yeah.
patterns, these same scenarios, same theme. There's always a particular theme, even though it's the same, many times the same, of course, underlying as me and mine, those conditionings. But there's an underlying theme for just about everyone that keeps them.
And ego's all about substantiating its storyline and its view. And if there's something that's uncomfortable for ego, it's going to make up a story about it. Just like, oh, if I can't do whatever I feel like I want, then this is a cult. If I have to actually follow the rules and regulations and I can't do whatever I want, then it's a cult. That's an easy out.
Sure.
That's an easy out. And so people want to find easy outs for their drama. Just like Jyoti when she left, she's screaming, it's a cult. Easy out. And then someone had spoken with her and she was going on and saying, she came in enlightened and just came in to help me and I wouldn't listen to her advice. Now she's concocted this big fantasy. And it aids her story. Because otherwise, more than likely, she can't live with herself for blowing out the way she did and taking what Grace has been given and doing what she's doing. And so I think thoroughly she believes what she's saying. It's an absolute delusion. So anyone can go back in the archives and read her posts when she came in. She was by no means enlightened. And that her storyline is a delusion of mind. But that's what happens. That's why it's called delusion, because you thoroughly believe it. It has no basis in truth, but you thoroughly believe it. So yeah, sticking points will come up. The sticking point, I think with her, was you have to give it to everybody. How dare you let anybody, not give it to anybody that comes. But then somebody spoke with her, and I only take people that meditate for a long time and this and that. Then it became exclusionary, you understand? So people can have ideas about the path and how it needs to be, and can create all kind of drama in order to solidify their story and what their ego wants to see. Okay?
Yeah.
So sticking points become revealed.
Yes.